Hey, I'm going into Rise of the Beast Part 3. This is the last one of the Rise of the Beast. We're still in Daniel. Daniel 8:25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Craft in the Hebrew word merma, which means fraud, deceit, or false, and is derived from the Hebrew word ramah, which means to delude or betray as if causing to fall. The beast will be an excellent liar and deceiver. Notice that by peace he will destroy many. He will cause many nations to accept his laws peaceably by his smooth words. Makes everything sound so wonderful. Many promises will be made that will satisfy many nations. He then will go against Jesus, the prince, and will be defeated. Now comes a more detailed chapter about the beast. Daniel 11, verse 20. Then shall stand up in his estate a raiser of taxes in the glory of the kingdom, but within few days he shall be destroyed, neither in anger nor in battle. The king of the north has been defeated, which is during the battle of Magog. And after the battle is over, a man shall be raised up that will be in control of the New World Order, or United Nations, or whatever they call it at that time, that will die of natural causes. Daniel 11:21. And in his estate shall stand up a vile person, to whom they shall not give the honor of the kingdom, but he shall come in peaceably and obtain the kingdom by flatteries. This is when the beast is put into place as leader of the New World Order. When the New World Order starts, there's going to be somebody there, but it's not the Antichrist. After he dies, the Antichrist comes to power. And so this beast is put into place as leader of the New World Order, and the beast comes in peaceably and begins building a great army. He uses smooth words to deceive many nations. Daniel 11:25. And he shall stir up his power and his courage against the king of the south with a great army, and the king of the south shall be stirred up in battle with a very great and mighty army, but he shall not stand, for they shall forecast devices against him. The king of the south is the nation of Israel. Strong feelings of hatred occur between the beast and the king of the south. They both prepare for battle. Daniel 11:27. And both these kings' hearts shall be to do mischief, and they shall speak lies at one table, and it shall not prosper, for yet the end shall be at the time appointed. Negotiations occur between the beast and Israel that holds off war for a time. This will not last, because the Lord's plan must be fulfilled. Daniel 11:28. Then shall he return into his land with great riches, and his heart shall be against the holy covenant, and he shall do exploits and return to his own land. During the negotiations, Israel gives in to some concessions that the beast puts before them to avoid another war. The beast gets what he wants at this time from Israel, but the beast's heart is contemplating what he can do against the Holy Covenant. Who is the Holy Covenant? This is in our time. Who are the covenant people of today? The Christians. These are the people of the new covenant, the holy ones of God. Daniel 11:29. And at the time appointed he shall return and come towards the south, but it shall not be as the former or as the latter. Okay, once again, the beast comes toward the south with his army, but it's not to negotiate. Daniel 11:30. For the ships of Chittim shall come against him. Therefore he shall be grieved in return, and have indignation against the holy covenant. So shall he do. He shall even return and have intelligence with them that forsake the holy covenant. This is a powerful passage here. Chittim is modern-day Cyprus. It is an island in the Caribbean Sea between the Mideast and the nation of Europe. This assures us the beast is in control of the area of Europe, or the EU. The ships that prevent the beast from going into the nation of Israel belong to the Christian nations based at Cyprus. He becomes furious with the Holy Covenant. The ships of the Christian nations will cause the beast to retreat, but he soon returns. Notice that the beast is against the Holy Covenant, or Christians, when he returns. He has spies high up in the government of the Christian nations that betray the covenant people. Politicians in our own government will sell us out to the Antichrist. And the beast defeats us from within. What's going on right now? Look at the administration we got now. They're destroying the country. I better go on before I get into something else. Daniel 11:31. And arms shall stand at his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination that maketh desolate. The beast has now defeated the Christian nations, and then replaced himself in the temple. Oh, I hate that when it's almost there and won't quite come out. Okay. He replaced himself at the holy place in Jerusalem. With the temple, which hasn't even, the process of being built hasn't been built yet. Daniel 11:32. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries. But the people that do know their God shall be strong and do exploits. The beast corrupts those that betray the Christian nations by words and bribery in the governments. But not all of the Christians will be deceived, nor will they agree with what their nation has done or what it's doing. The faithful Christians will be given a supernatural strength from the Lord, and will teach many the truth of what is really going on. Daniel 11:33 and 35. And they that understand among the people shall instruct many, yet shall fall by the sword and by flame, by captivity and by spoil many days. 35. And some of them of understanding shall fall, to try them and to purge and to make them white, even to the time of the end, because it is yet for a time appointed. There will be many martyrs at this point in time. There will be many that will have understanding of what really is going on in the world, and will know who this charismatic world leader really is. They will have a boldness given to them by God to stand against the beast and teach the people the truth. Many of them will be killed and or imprisoned, but God uses them to further purge and cleanse the people. Daniel 11:36 through 38. And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished, for that is determined shall be done. Neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor desire of women, nor regard any other god, for he shall magnify himself above all. But in his estate he shall honor the God of forces, and the God whom his fathers knew not shall be honored with gold and silver and with precious stones and pleasant things. The beast will speak against the God of Israel and lift himself up before the world. He will come from a religious background, whatever religion it is. He forsakes it, and he becomes a secular leader. The natural affection to desire the opposite sex will not be in him, because he has come to destroy what God has established in the beginning, which is the establishment of the family, to put up his family, his image. He will honor the God of forces. The only thing that he honors is power and force. He will honor a God that his fathers never knew. That God is Satan, the one that gives him his power. Is there any indication where the beast will come from? Let's go to Micah 5:4. And he shall stand and feed in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God. And they shall abide, for now shall he be great unto the ends of the earth. This is referring to Jesus himself. This is when he returns to rule for 1,000 years. Micah 5:5. And this man shall be the peace, when the Assyrian shall come into our land, and when he shall tread in our palaces. Then shall we raise against him 7 shepherds and 8 principal men. The Syrian is the beast. He's called the Assyrian. Jesus is the one that will bring peace and defeat the beast, or the Assyrian. This is just before Jesus returns. 7 shepherds that know the truth and are ordained of God shall rise up against the beast. The 8 principal men are the 8 leaders of 8 nations that are God's people. The number 7 represents finality. The number 8 represents resurrection. The 7 shepherds bring the 7 years of tribulation to an end, while the 8 men bring forth the resurrection of the nations of Israel as one nation going into the millennial kingdom. Why is the beast called the Assyrian? He comes from a nation that was once in the old Assyrian Empire. Assyria's empire encompassed many nations, from Persia to Greece to the east, and west, and Egypt to the south. The beast could come from Turkey, which is old Assyria. He could come from Italy or Greece. It is also possible that he could come from one of the Christian nations, because they were once held captive in Assyria. Think about it. What do these 7 shepherds and 8 principal men do? Micah 5:6. And they shall waste the land of Assyria with the sword, and the land of Nimrod and the entrances thereof. Thus shall he deliver us from the Assyrian, when he cometh into our land, and when he treadeth within our borders. You got to understand that Jesus is behind the 7 shepherds and the 8 men. He causes them to utterly destroy the nation from which the beast originates, thus delivering God's people from the Assyrian, or the beast. Many will believe that this is ridiculous. Time will tell. That time is knocking at the door right now. There's much death in our near future. God's judgment against the heathen nations is at hand. He's judging the churches right now. The churches of the day refuse to preach the whole truth. They don't know the whole truth. They can't without wisdom. And they've rejected wisdom. And they reject wisdom. They're in for a rude awakening. All they preach is peace, love, and prosperity. There's another side of God that most people don't know. Yes, he is a God of love and peace. He also wants his people to prosper, which is mainly in the things of him and in the spirit. He's also a jealous God and a vengeful God, and toward all who refuse to worship him and harm his chosen people. The church's complacency has caused them to neglect the beginning of wisdom, which is the fear of the Lord. They don't fear the Lord, and that is why they have become partially blinded and cannot understand the deeper things of God. That is why this book will be attacked. Or, this was a book I was writing, but I put it all in on videos now. The heathen nation's time is up. They've had their chance to receive the Son of God, and there's many in all the nations, even the Muslim nations, that's receiving Jesus even today. They've had their chance to receive God in Jesus, but still worship false gods and idols. This is what the Lord plans to do to the heathens. Micah 5:15. I will execute vengeance in anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard. The wrath of the Lord is forever. If you do not fear the Lord, I would suggest that you start. He's the one that determines where you'll spend eternity. The lake of fire with eternal torment does not sound very pleasing to me. Remember, the Lord is the same today, yesterday, and forever. He does not change. Also remember that for all of this to happen, America has to be brought to her knees. It's happening right now from within. The United States must be brought low for the Antichrist to smoothly take over the world. He comes in peacefully. This means someone in our government will dramatically change America for the worse. Whoever it is going to betray the entire nation. And there's a lot of them in there right now that's betraying this nation left and right. That's what I have on the Rise of the Beast, a little bit about the beast and how things are going to happen and what's happening right now. This is part of what's going on right now. You all have a blessed day.